Mike, check 1 2 1 2. It's the Y2K collector, and November was one heck of a month. I am putting together a video just to recap the month, but this is going to be like the short off the cuff version just to kind of show you how everything pretty much panned out, everything that I picked up, everything that I traded for. This is the lot right here. Now, before we even talk about any of that, I just want to say that 2025 is going to suck for resellers. I think it is going to be one of the worst times to be a reseller. Let me explain. If you've ever had any type of sales job, you'll know that one of the most important things in sales is to have a sales funnel, which is basically a pipeline, a funnel of potential clients, potential buyers. And when you have a healthy funnel, it means you always have healthy deals, potential deals that are, about to close or come through. And as a reseller, you kind of have to have two funnels. You have to have a sourcing funnel, which is very strong. And then you also have to have a sales funnel, a place where you can sell all of the items that you're sourcing. And there are very few resellers to date that I see, unless they're, and I'm sure there are those that are quiet. You never hear about them. They're not on YouTube. They're not on social media. They just make their money and live their life. And even those guys and gals are few and far between. But unless you are one of those people who has a strong and healthy sales funnel for both sourcing items and selling items, 2025 is going to be one of the worst years, in my opinion, to resell anything. There is a strong sense of, it's almost like the country is holding its breath to see what happens in 2025. We're changing administrations. We're changing a lot of elected officials. Policies might change. Things might change that could affect the overall economy. And when people's money is at stake, they're a lot less likely to spend, especially on just non-essential items, which clearly all of these are non-essential items. These are not things that you need to survive. They're not food. They're not shelter. And so video games can quickly become one of the fastest things to go. So I'm just going to say that based on what I'm seeing and based on just what I've noticed, it seems like people are definitely in a space where they want to be more cautious with their money. And that's even me. That goes for me too. I too want to be cautious with my money. And believe it or not, about 75% of what you see here is games that were really got through trades. Me trading away boxes of cheaper games like 10, 5, 10, maybe $15 games. Me trading away a good number of those games to be able to get some more of the higher end games. But if it weren't for a lot of the trades that I was able to make this month, I would not have been able to, have, the deals that I had this past month. So I think that just the overall change in the economy, the overall, shift in dynamics when it comes to people's thinking about spending money, all of those things are going to come into play, and they're just going to want to spend less. That being said, the general consumer is being sucked out of the retro market. A lot of collectors and folks who are buying video games, they're really no longer looking at retro games. I think the retro wave for the casual gamer is over, and a lot of people are going back to just buying mostly Switch and mostly PS5, and they're trying to just get the latest, most current gen stuff. So that's tough because that's a big part of the gaming community. And when the only people that are buying retro games are collectors, or people who have bigger collections, it's going to be harder to sell the lower end stuff, the lower end retro games, because most collectors already have those games. It's going to be the higher end games that collectors are looking for, the more rare and obscure games that collectors are looking for. And most resellers only have a very limited number of those types of games in their arsenal, for lack of better terms, to sell. So I think it's going to be a very tough line of work for 2025. And I would strongly suggest just get a job. Start filling out applications now and see, even if it's just a part-time job, because I think reselling in 2025 is really going to suck. I think you're going to start to see a lot of the larger and more well-known resellers do more teaching. I wouldn't be surprised if resellers started to sell like courses on how to become a reseller. Be on the lookout for that. I would not be shocked if you started to see reseller courses online, ebooks and things of that nature. And it's really going to be a lot of people telling you how to make money in an environment that we passed 3 years ago. A lot of the information that you get about reselling today is stuff that would have worked very easily 3 years ago, but a lot of that information just does not work now. So, and if it does, it's just not as effective. It's not as potent. So we'll see what happens. Now, here's just getting to the pickups real quick. I'm going to just do some quick high level shout outs on probably the ones that meant the most to me. Of course, the original Xbox Complete in Box, that was a huge pickup for the month of November. I've never owned an Xbox. I've wanted to have an Xbox for some time now. I was very nervous about buying an Xbox. I thought I could just pick one up in the wild. But a lot of times, these Xbox consoles, they come with a lot of issues. So the fact that I was able to get one in like new condition was great. The box is a lot of damage, but not a lot of damage. It has some damage. But the actual console itself is in great condition. It fires up. There's no issues. And I'm really glad and excited to have this because I've always wanted to get into a certain small number of original Xbox games. And now I have the opportunity to do so. The second big highlight for me is going to be, of course, the 30th anniversary PlayStation 5. I've never owned a PlayStation 5, so this is my first PlayStation 5. Glad to have it. It's opened. This is the PlayStation 5 that I'm actually going to set up and play. The only issue is I don't have a disc drive. I need an external disc drive, and they're sold out everywhere. So I don't know when I'm going to be able to find a disc drive, because I want to buy one at retail. I don't want to pay double the price online for an external disc drive. I don't think it's that serious. I don't understand why they're in such limited quantity. I don't know why they haven't restocked these yet. If someone knows, let me know down in the comments, but it is what it is. This was another huge pickup this month, so I was really glad to add this to the collection. Also found a bunch of controllers this month. I got a lot of extra controllers. I'm really stoked for it. Picked up my second black GameCube controller, second one that I found in the last 2 or 3 months, so that was great. A SNES Junior controller, glad for that. But probably the winner chicken dinner is this camouflage PS5 controller that I got at a thrift store. So this was a sweet deal. I don't think they realized that this was the wrong controller. They actually paired this with a PlayStation 2 and sold it as a console bundle, not realizing that this is for the PS5 maybe. So was glad about that. That was a great pickup as well. And then let's get to the game. So I had a lot of high-end pickups this month, which I'll do some quick shout-outs for. Now, the first one being Pokemon Gale of Darkness. That was a huge pickup. Picked that up at GameStop. Spent $120 or $115 in the game. Many of you know Gale of Darkness is about a $200 game. This is actually complete with the poster. So that puts this one up to around $225, $230. So that was a great find. Not just because it was Gale of Darkness, but because of how complete it was. It was just rare to find one that complete. Another big shout out for this month, Lost Kingdoms 2. This is another high-end game, another pricey one, about $150 on this one for the GameCube as well. Another big shout out there. Also, Spike Out Battle Street. This is a rare beat 'em up on the Xbox. So that one is also a pretty pricey one that was added into the collection. Also on the PlayStation side, we added Fatal Frame 2. It's about a $90 to $100 game. Still up there though. Another really good find on the console. I mean, I really killed it when it came to these Gen 6 pickups for the PlayStation 2, Xbox, and GameCube. Just really did a good job there. Also, another heavy hitter was Contra Hard Corps. This is a heavy hitter. Again, complete in box. The manual is in like new condition. Very good condition copy. Another really great pickup. As well as G.I. Joe, a real American hero. Another really great and rare NES pickup. This one was also a GameStop pickup. Picked this one up from GameStop for $60. That one goes for about 90 to $100. So right here, just a collection of some heavy hitting games all the way around. I don't even know what the value is on just for these few games here, but G.I. Joe and Gale of Darkness were GameStop pickups. Everything else was trades. So really glad that I was able to make something out of the, some of the games in my collection that I just wasn't going to be playing, and turn them into some really good quality titles to add to the collection. Some more shout outs that I have here, because I'm not going to do them individually, but I picked up just a stack of solid GameCube games, pretty much all the Mario Party games, 4 through 7, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, Paper Mario, and Prince of Persia, The Warrior Within. That was a great pickup there. Legend of Starfy on the DS, a great find. Was super stoked to find that. Crazy Taxi 2, which was another really good pickup as well. Prototype Biohazard bundle, that was great, as well as the Sly collection. Was glad to find that. A bunch of other PlayStation 2 titles, some really good stuff there. Another one that I was super excited to add to the collection, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. Got this on the PS4 and the Switch, so really great pickup as well. Was stoked to find that. The Puppeteer, another great one. Just picked this one up over the past weekend, so was glad to have that. Also added some more really cool stuff. Oh, I forgot. I had another banger here that I didn't add to the 100 plus group, which is this copy, complete in box, of Spider-Man on the Super Nintendo. So we can add that to this list of just... to this list of just some really great top tier games that were added. Just the completeness. All these games are like in really good condition. So that was great. Added a new N64 game that I had never heard of, Hybrid Heaven. I'd seen it around, but I never played it. So this was one that I'm excited to get and try out. And then a bunch of just solid Sega Genesis games, man. Just some really good stuff. So, and then all the way around, even with some of the less expensive stuff, some really good stuff. X-Blades, which is great. Hellboy. Not everything had to be super pricey. Got some really basic games as well. Blue Dragon, DuckTales Remastered, Tenchu, Baldur's Gate, R-Type Final, just some really good stuff. The Little Mermaid, right? And the Simpsons Bart's Nightmare. So really good stuff. November was crazy. Felt like I was all over the world and back. But we just made the best of it, The year's not over. I doubt that December is going to be filled with as much action as November. I highly doubt it. Not to say that I won't run into something or find something, because you guys know how it goes. Every time I say I'm not going to find something on this channel, I find something. I walk into a store and they'll have Double Dash Complete, both with the bonus disc. Stuff like that has been happening all year, so I wouldn't be surprised. But we have about another day of GameStop's buy two, get one. So if you're still looking for certain things, go ahead and take advantage. I'm not seeing anything neither in the stores nor online that I really want to take advantage of. So yeah, I think it's really a wrap. I'm super content with how this month turned out, or with how November turned out. And hopefully we have a great December. That does it for me. I'm going to go ahead and kick it with the fam for the rest of this weekend. And then I will catch you at the start of the week on Monday. Y'all take it easy. It's the Y2K Collector. Peace.